30,000 years ago, life wasn't cozy. There were no second chances, no safety nets. You could starve, freeze, get torn apart by a predator, and still, none of it mattered. Unless you passed on your blood, because back then, reproduction wasn't a luxury. It was your only shot at immortality. But nature didn't hand that shot to just anyone. She made it a game, a brutal one. Only the bold even got to play. Only the daring left a legacy. Why? Because sex wasn't just pleasure. It was survival's final reward. And prehistoric men, they risked everything for it. So, why would a man stare death in the face for a moment of intimacy? The answer lives in your brain, and it's written in your bones. Reproduction or extinction. Imagine waking up every day knowing you're being tested. Every breath, a genetic audition. Hunt well, you eat, you live. Fail, you starve. Or worse, you go unseen. But survival was just Act 1. To matter, to echo into the future, you had to be chosen. And women, they were evolution's gatekeepers. Pregnancy meant 9 months of risk, followed by years of care. They couldn't afford mistakes, so they chose carefully, wisely. Not just the strongest man, but the one others respected, the one who led, protected, and thrived. Status wasn't vanity, it was insurance. And in that harsh world, looking good didn't mean anything. You had to be undeniable. This wasn't some ancient romance. It was natural selection with fangs, and only the most compelling lived on. Desire, danger, and dominance. Dopamine drove them. Danger was the high. The hunt, their proving ground. Men chased mammoths not just for meat, but for meaning. To be seen, admired, desired. Each scar, a trophy. Each wound, a whisper. I've survived what others couldn't. They didn't boast, they bled. In those tribes, boldness wasn't arrogance, it was currency. Men who stood tall in conflict, who took risks, led hunts, defended the weak. They weren't just respected, they were irresistible. We laugh at the word alpha now, but back then, dominance was life insurance. And every act of bravery carried a deeper message. I can protect, I can provide, I will not break. Because the prize wasn't just sex, it was legacy, etched in flesh, not stone. What women really noticed. But here's what most forget. Strength alone wasn't enough. Yes, muscles mattered, but so did mind. The men who built smarter tools, mapped migration routes, read the wind, tracked the stars. They weren't just survivors, they were visionaries. And women saw it. A man who could spark fire, forecast weather, or predict animal movement, he wasn't just useful, he was magic. Then came art. Those cave walls, they weren't just scribbled on, they were declarations. Imagine standing by a firelight, watching a man draw his hunt on stone. He wasn't just showing what happened. He was saying, I remember, I lead, I matter. Storytellers weren't background figures. They were spiritual leaders, social glue, the first philosophers. Brains plus bravery equals the original heartthrob formula, because in the end, women didn't just choose warriors, they chose meaning makers. But here's the heartbreak. Most men didn't make it. Nature wasn't fair. She was ruthless. The top males got partners, sometimes many. The rest, ignored, injured, forgotten. You could live bravely, fight fiercely, and still lose everything to a bad hunt or a stronger rival. That's the truth most forget. Every chase carried a cost, every flirtation a risk. The line between father and fossil was razor thin. This wasn't a love story, it was a biological battlefield. But through that fire, humanity was forged. Men didn't die for nothing, they gambled, and those who won shaped the world. The modern echo. Now, here's where it gets personal. Today, we wear suits instead of skins. We chase careers instead of prey. But the wiring? It's still primitive. Why do men chase danger, status, power? Why does rejection still sting like a saber-tooth bite? Because deep down, we're still performing, still proving, still chasing a chance to matter. Muscles, money, charm, influence, modern signals, ancient purpose. But women have evolved too. Today, they don't just want dominance. They want presence, purpose, emotional fluency. And the men who thrive today, they've adapted. They've traded brute strength for strategic strength. They lead with wisdom, not just weapons. The mammoth may be extinct, but the hunger to be seen, to protect, to love, that's still burning. So, if you feel like you're chasing something bigger than yourself, you are. It's not just dating, it's not just survival, it's legacy. If this made you rethink history, rethink masculinity, or maybe even rethink yourself, then share it. Because the past isn't gone, it's not buried, it's just been renamed. And you are the next chapter.